This past weekend has been a very emotional weekend for us as WWE fans, as we saw the unthinkable out of John Cena, which was seeing him tap out. Obviously, John Cena knew that Gunther was going to be the guy, and it was basically a passing of the torch to Darren General. Obviously, and also obviously tonight on Raw, Gunther is going to be getting a lot of heat, and it ain't gonna be pretty. Triple H has already gotten heat this past weekend. People all over social media have been talking a lot of shit, and it ain't pretty either. However, if you guys recall earlier this year at Crown Jewel, John Cena had one last battle against the phenomenal AJ Styles, who announced that who announced earlier this year that in 2026 AJ Styles would retire from professional wrestling altogether. But he's not the only one. He is not the only one. Former 10-time WWE champion Brock Lesnar has announced that he also will be retiring in 2026. WWE has confirmed all the rumors, all the speculation of Brock Lesnar retiring in 2026. Much like guys like John Cena, Batista, Randy Orton, and Rey Mysterio, Brock Lesnar also debuted in 2002. But unlike Rey Mysterio, those four men came to WWE from OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, which is a developmental territory that was once owned by Jim Cornette, a WWE legend, I believe in Georgia, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, I believe it was in Georgia. And I think they moved the territory somewhere else. However, unlike Cena, Orton, and Batista, Brock Lesnar debuted in WWE when it was known as WWF, the World Wrestling Federation, on March 18th, 2002, the night after WrestleMania 18, which was a historic night to say the very least. Obviously, seeing The Rock doing battle with two-time WWE Hall of Famer, the Immortal, the late great Hulk Hogan, God rest his soul, in an instant classic. And I will say that when Brock Lesnar debuted, he just destroyed everybody. He destroyed Maven. He destroyed Spike Dudley. He destroyed Crash Holly as well, and they were all fighting each other over the WWF Hardcore Championship, which personally I feel like WWE should bring back the Hardcore Championship. I think it would be a lot of fun to see that championship be in WWE across the entire platform, across Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Evolve, TNA, AAA, GCW, Pro Wrestling Noah. I mean, come on. Even you guys have to admit that would be really cool. That'd be really cool to see. However, excuse me. However, that won't be the case, unfortunately. However, Brock Lesnar had a stellar 2002, not only winning the King of the Ring tournament, but also in the same year defeating The Rock to win his very first WWE title. His first of, I believe, 11 or 10. I think his first of 10. His first of 10 world championships in WWE. Brock Lesnar went on in his first run in WWE to go on to face against some of the absolute best that WWE had to offer, including guys like Rob Van Dam, The Rock, Goldberg, John Cena, The Undertaker, Rey Mysterio, The Big Show, Kurt Angle, and so many more. Obviously, Goldberg, or sorry, not Goldberg. Brock Lesnar went on to become a three-time WWE champion and a Royal Rumble winner during his first run in WWE, before ultimately leaving in 2004 after WrestleMania 20 when he lost to WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg. And obviously, you guys know Brock Lesnar went on to play for the NFL, play for the Minnesota Vikings. That completely backfired. He then decided, you know what? I'm gonna go to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he did. He went on to New Japan Pro Wrestling, became IWGP World Champion, and then went into the UFC, where he became one of the most dominant UFC champions of all time, before ultimately retiring from the UFC in 2011, around 2011, 2012, and came back the night after WrestleMania 28 on April 2nd, 2012. This became one of Brock Lesnar's greatest runs yet, as he went on to win another four WWE championships and 3 Universal Championships in the process, by facing off against the absolute best. Guys like Big Show, guys like John Cena, guys like The Undertaker, guys like AJ Styles, guys like Daniel Bryan, guys like Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose. Literally some of the biggest names you could ever imagine. We even also saw Brock Lesnar, of all people, compete inside War Games just a couple weeks ago. We've seen Brock Lesnar inside a steel cage. We've seen him inside Hell in a Cell. We've seen him inside the Elimination Chamber. But inside War Games, it was a whole nother story. Let me tell you that. It was a whole nother story. Brock Lesnar might just be the only person in WWE to have only went after world championships in WWE. He never went after the United States title. He never went after the tag team titles. I know that at one point, excuse me, at one point during his first run in WWE, he did go on to try to chase after the Intercontinental title, but that match ended in a disqualification. That brings us to the exact question of when. When can we expect Brock Lesnar to retire? Well, several news outlets, including PW Insider and the Wrestling Observer, shoutouts to them, no copyrights as always, have reported that supposedly Brock Lesnar is going to retire at SummerSlam in his hometown of Minneapolis in Minnesota, because of the fact that SummerSlam next year on August 1st and August 2nd will be taking place in the US Bank Arena in US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, which is said that it's going to be one of the biggest SummerSlam events of all time. So it's pretty clear that he's not going to have a full calendar year run, like, kind of like John Cena did. The only difference between John Cena's retirement tour and Brock Lesnar's is that Brock Lesnar, rumor has it that he is going to be showing up at least every couple weeks, at least every single Monday, maybe every single Friday. He might maybe once every couple weeks or something. but he is scheduled to compete in every premium live event that WWE has to offer, including the Royal Rumble in Riyadh, the Elimination Chamber in Chicago, WrestleMania in Vegas, which he missed out on last year's WrestleMania, and even missed out on WrestleMania 40 for very crazy reasons, I will say. But um and even also I would say Money in the Bank, but that's in September, which I don't know why they chose to do it in September. That's just that makes no sense whatsoever, because they normally do it in the summer, so why do it in the fall? That I don't know. However, we do know that supposedly they're going to be doing a tournament similar to the Last Time Is Now tournament with John Cena, where 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 a batch of the best talent that WWE has to offer right now are going to face each other to determine who will be Brock Lesnar's last opponent. And right now, after what happened on Saturday, apparently it's literally all eyes. It's all eyes on. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's literally all eyes on Gunther, because after what happened on Saturday, it's safe to say that we are no longer in the era of sports entertainment. We are now in the era of professional wrestling in WWE. And after the performance against John Cena, I think it's pretty safe to say that sports entertainment is now dead. I'm just throwing that out there, and I'm being honest about it. I get that there are a lot of fans out there that might not agree with my choice of words, but to be fair, John Cena came to WWE in the era of sports entertainment, and that was what he was so good at. He was so good at wrestling. He was so good at entertaining the fans, cutting some of the best promos imaginable, while at the same time giving back to the fans by working Make-A-Wish, granting more wishes than any other celebrity in the entire world, which is fucking insane. But also going on to have such a legendary run in WWE. One of the only guys in WWE that will never go to any other promotion in the entire world. Like, yes, he did work other promotions, like for like, as like a cameo appearance. But to be fair, those were like one-ups. And there's been rumors that John Cena is going to be showing up to WWE more frequently post retirement. So he'll be showing up on camera more, a lot more often, but also behind the scenes as well. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of John Cena, but he will no longer be wearing the jorts. He will just simply be wearing a suit and tie. I get that fans might not like it, but that's just how things are supposed to go. So again, going back with Brock Lesnar, again, it is all eyes on Gunther. And honestly, I think that's probably the smart decision. I feel like because of the fact that Gunther has already established himself as one of the biggest stars in WWE. He is a former NXT UK champion, holding on to the title for 870 days. He's a former Intercontinental champion, holding on to the title for 666 days. He's a two-time World Heavyweight champion. Both reigns held the championship for a little over 280 days combined. He's a former king. He's a former King of the Ring winner, and outside of WWE, he's won multiple tag. He's won multiple world titles, multiple tag titles. He's literally established himself as one of the biggest stars in WWE. And what better way to put yourself back in line for a future shot at the World Heavyweight title than by defeating yet another one of the greatest world champions of all time in Brock Lesnar. And imagine that, right? The dream match, right? Suplex City versus Chop City. Come on. Even you guys have to admit that would be one hell of a match. One hell of a fight. We saw a glimpse of it in the Royal Rumble match a few years ago, but we never got it. We never got it up until now. I mean, we could potentially get it in 2026. So only time will tell. But yeah, I think we'll just, at this point now, we'll just have to wait and see if we do get that match. If not, then who else, right? Like, who else could take that spot? That's kind of hard. That's kind of hard. A part of me is saying maybe Solo Sikoa, maybe I would say Omos, but the last time Omos and Lesnar went one-on-one, Brock Lesnar took it. Let's just be real on that. So I don't know. I mean, I get that it is all eyes on Gunther, but I want to get your guys' opinion. Let me know down in the comments below who you believe should be Brock Lesnar's last opponent in 2026 before he retires. And also the big question, does he deserve to have a spot in the WWE Hall of Fame? Let me know down in the comments below, and that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.